Dear students, welcome on our online live classes. In last class, we have discussed about the basics of electrostatics in terms of the electric charges, types of the electric charges, after that properties of the electric charges and the methods of the charging. Hopefully all of you are just to be completed the previous lectures in terms of the theoretical aspects, concepts and the numerical problems. In today's class, we have discussed about the Coulomb's law, the vector formulations of the Coulomb's law, superposition principle. And after that, we have discussed about the numerical problems based on Coulomb's law. It is to be important for the board examination point of view as well as NEET and JEE examination point of view. That's why we are considering the all types of the numericals related to the Coulomb's law. First, we will discuss about the theoretical aspects of the Coulomb's law, mathematical formulations, and after that we are moving on the numerical problems. Now we are just to be started with the class 12 physics. Our chapter number 1, electrostatic. In today's class, we have discussed about Coulomb's law. First thing, in last class we have discussed about the two different types of the charges in terms of the positive and the negative charges. Here we are just to be considering an arrangement when the two charges are to be placed at a particular distance. It means we are having the one is to be positive, another is to be negative charge. इसको मैं लिख रहा हूँ plus q and it is to be in terms of the minus q. Now there are the four possible combinations for this arrangement. This plus q, it is to be put up at a particular distance r, plus q is to be separated by plus q. Here it is to be plus q, it's the distance r, it's minus q. It's the minus q, it's the minus q. It's the minus q, it's the plus q. It means if we are having the two type of charges, then we are having the four combinations with respect to these charges: plus plus, plus minus, minus minus and the minus plus. It means here we are just to be considering the formulations of when a charge it is to be placed at a particular point and the next charge and the another charge, like it is to be the another charge. This charge is to be already placed and this charge is to be placed at a particular distance. It means as per the nature of both the charges, they are to be feel a force in terms of the attraction or the repulsion. It means in concluded way, we can say that if the two charged object or the two charged particles or the two charges are to be separated by a distance, then they are just to be applying the force upon the each other. It means they are just to be feeling a force in between them. And the force are to be in terms of the two types. If I am talking about the force, there are the two types of the forces. First one is attraction force and the second one is to be the repulsive force. Attraction force is, it is in between the opposite nature of the charges. It means it is to be in between positive and the negative, or the negative and the positive. When the charges are to be in same nature or the same type, like positive positive, negative negative, in that formulations, in this case number 1, it is to be the similar type, case number 3. Both the cases are to be included the repulsion forces, and the rest two type of the formulations, positive negative, negative positive, it is to be associated with the attraction forces. Clear? It means in today's class we are just to be discussing about the behavior of the charges when the another charge is to be placed at a particular distance from this particular charge. Clear? Okay, it means when this charge is to be placed at a particular positions and I am considering the another charge, it is to be this charge, they are to be separated by a distance. It means here we are just to be studied about the formulations कि this charge is to be feel a force due to this charge, and this charge is also to be feel a force due to this charge. That's why we are just to be concluded here trying to calculate the force between the charges. The first thing, Coulomb's law, it is to be applicable to calculate the force between the charges. And the force, it is to be in terms of the attraction force, or it is to be in terms of the repulsion force. Now, we are just to be going through the basics of the Coulomb's law. First thing, Coulomb's law, it is to be the fundamental law when we are calculating the forces between the two charges. It means it is to be calculate the force between two charges or two charged particles. Or the two charged object. In this case, we are just to be concluded in terms of the force. Here this force is to be defined in terms of the electrostatic force or the electric force. Now this force, it is to be considerable in terms of the let's consider two charges Q1 and Q2 are separated by a distance R. The force between them is, here in the graphical formulations, like it is to be the charge Q1, it is to be placed here, and the another charge, it is to be the Q2, and it is to be placed here. Now, it is the distance R. This distance is to be represented in terms of the R. Here, I am not talking about the nature of the charges Q1 and Q2. It is to be concluded after the entire derivations in terms of the Q1, Q2 greater than 0 or Q1, Q2 less than 0. It means once they are to be in same nature, once they are to be in opposite nature. On basis of their natures, we are also to be concluded in terms of the forces between them, whether it is to be attraction force or it is to be the repulsion force. Okay, we are just to be started in the formulations. Then the force is directly proportional to the product of the charge it means the first formulations, this electric force, it is to be directly proportional to the product of both the charges. Here I am just to be considering about the magnitude of the charges. It means this force, it is to be directly proportional to Q1 and Q2. Here we are just to be considering the charges Q1 and Q2. That's why the electric force between them, it is to be directly proportional to the product of both the charges. And here the product is to be defined in terms of the Q1 and a Q2. Is it clear? Okay. Next we are just to be moving upon the first formulations. We are just to be write down in terms of the F directly proportional Q1 Q2. In next formulations we are just to be moving upon this force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. It means first formulation F is to be directly proportional Q1 Q2. In next formulations this force F is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. It is to be directly proportional to 1 upon r square, or we can say that it is inversely proportional to the r square. Okay, now we are just to be going to combine both the formulations. Here the forces F is to be directly proportional Q1 Q2, F is to be inversely proportional r square. After combining both the formulations, we are getting out the force F. It is to be directly proportional Q1 Q2 upon r square. Now it is the force between the charges Q1 and Q2. They are to be separated by a distance. तो फॉर्मुलेशंस को इसी फॉर्म में आपको ध्यान रखना है, इसी फॉर्म में लर्न करना है. Force is directly proportional to product of the vectors inversely proportional to the distance between square of the distance between them. Now we are just to be converting this directly proportional into the equal sign, and we are getting out the formulations F equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Here we are just to be multiplied with a constant K. To convert the directly proportional into equal, we are just to be considering a constant K here. Here K, it is to be the constant, or we can say that it is to be the proportionality constant, because we are just to be convert the proportional directly proportional into the equals formulations. Now we are just to be considering the formulations. What are the values of the K? Here the formulations F, it is to be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. If we are just to be comparing both the formulations, it means here we are putting down the value of the constant K. Now the constant K, it is to be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. It is to be the value of the constant K, and it is to be equated by the numeric value 1 upon 4 pi and the value of the epsilon naught. The value of the pi, it is to be in terms of the 3.14 into, it is to be 8.85 into 10 to power minus 12. And after solving this, we are just to be getting out the formulations 9 into 10 to power 9. It is to be the value of the K. But the unit of K, यूनिट कितना होगा? The entire formulations we are just to be taking out a quick revision, and after that we are calculating the unit of this constant Q. F, it is to be the force between the charges Q1 and Q2. They are to be separated by a distance r. It means the first formulation, our force is to be directly proportional to Q1 and Q2. It is to be the product of both the charges. Next, F is to be inversely proportional to the R square. It means the electric force between the charges are to be inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. In combined formulations, F is directly proportional Q1 Q2 upon R square, and after that F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Here we are just to be convert the directly proportional into equal signs by multiplying a constant Q. And here the K is to be constant, and now the value of this K constant, it is to be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and the value of the epsilon naught, it is to be 8.85 into 10 to power minus 12. Now again, after solving this entire formulations, we are getting out the value of the K in terms of the 9 into 10 to power 9, but the unit of it, the unit is in terms of the Newton meter square per coulomb square. It is to be the value of the K. 9 into 10 to power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. Because in physics our units are also to be important. That's why it is to be the formulations. Okay, next we are just to be moving upon how we can calculate the unit Newton meter square per coulomb square.